What's beyond us? Just us. Buddha's truth. Art 1. Beyond Self, the Limitless Mind. Step outside on a clear night and look at the sky. Stars spread out, more than you can count. You might feel small, but also part of something bigger. Or sit by a window and hear the wind move through the trees. A calm feeling creeps in, like you're not on your own. The Buddha pointed to this, not as something out there, but as what's in your mind and how it touches everything else. His teachings aren't tricky. They're about seeing what's already around you. He talked about a kind of knowing that's not like our usual thinking. In Pali, his old language, it's called Vijnanam Anidasanam, which means a clear awareness that doesn't grab onto anything. Your everyday mind is always busy, naming, sorting. That's a horn honking. I'm hungry. It's like a table piled with stuff. This awareness is different. It's the empty table underneath, just watching what comes and goes. It doesn't stick to sounds or thoughts. It knows they're there and lets them pass. One day, a man named Kavada sat with the Buddha. They were under a tree, the ground dry beneath them. Kavada rubbed his chin and asked, "Where do earth, water, fire, and air go when they're done?" The Buddha's voice was steady. "They don't land in this awareness," he said. "It's open, bright all around, with no walls holding it in." In the Digha Nikaya, he explained it like this: consciousness without feature, without end, luminous all around. That's where earth, water, fire, and air have no footing. This doesn't mean you stop thinking. It's about noticing the quiet space where thoughts show up. You can try it yourself. Find a spot to sit. Feel your breath. Air in, air out. Don't think too hard about it. Just notice. After a minute or two, listen to a sound nearby. Maybe a dog barking or leaves rustling. Don't give it a name. Hear it, then let it drift away. What stays? That quiet knowing, even for a moment, is what he was getting at. Or stand by a door and feel the air on your skin. Don't call it cold or warm, just feel it. That's the start of seeing this open awareness. This ties into another thing the Buddha taught. Nothing stands by itself. He called it paticca samuppada, meaning everything depends on something else. He sat with King Pasenadi once, near a low table. The king picked up some rice and said, "How's this mine if I didn't make it?" The Buddha nodded at the rice. "It's there because of the farmer who grew it, the rain that watered it, the sun that ripened it, the hands that cooked it. One thing connects to another." In the Samyutta Nikaya, he said, "When this exists, that comes to be. With the arising of this, that arises." Look at a bowl in your kitchen. Clay from the earth, shaped by someone, baked in a fire, carried to a store, all linked together. Your life depends on so many. People who grow your food, animals that feed you, rain that falls. It's not just about things. Your mood today might come from a kind word yesterday or a tough moment last week. It's all tied up in a big web. Seeing this shifts how you think. You're not alone. You're part of it. That understanding brings you to a mind that's calm, like a mirror. A mirror shows what's in front of it, dust or a bird, without caring either way. The Buddha taught this to his son, Rahula, one evening. Rahula sat on the ground, looking up at his father. Make your mind like the earth, the Buddha said. People walk on it, spill water or dirt on it, but it doesn't react. Watch your thoughts the same way. Under all your likes and dislikes, there's a stillness that just sees. It doesn't argue or hold on. Try it when something bugs you. Say your friend forgets to call. You feel it. Tight shoulders, quick pulse. Don't shove it aside. Watch it rise and fade, like a ripple in water. You're not the ripple. You're what sees it. Or when you're eating. Notice the taste. Sweet or salty, it comes and goes. The knowing stays. That's the clear mind he meant. This isn't about chasing big ideas. It's spotting what's already there. An open awareness, a web of connections, a steady way of seeing. The Buddha kept it plain. Breath, rice, earth. Look at those, and you'll find it, right where you are. Part 2. Beyond Words, the Wisdom of Direct Experience. Some things can't be caught in words. Take the smell of rain. You can call it fresh or earthy, but until someone breathes it in, they won't know. The Buddha understood this well. Sometimes, instead of answering, he chose silence, not to avoid the question, but to point beyond words. This was not an empty silence. It carried meaning, more profound than speech could ever capture. One afternoon, he sat with his disciples on a grassy slope. The air was warm, shadows stretching across the ground. He didn't say a thing, just picked up a white lotus flower and held it up. The group stared, some frowning, others whispering, trying to puzzle it out. But Mahakasyapa, sitting off to the side, smiled. He saw it, not by thinking hard, but by looking straight at it. The Buddha caught his eye and said, "I've got a clear understanding, a quiet mind of Nibbana, something words can't hold. I pass this to Mahakasyapa." That's a big deal in Zen. It means truth isn't in explanations, it's in seeing it right there. Try it. Sit still for a minute. Don't talk or plan. Let the quiet settle. What shows up when your mind stops running? This isn't about throwing words away. The Buddha used them all the time, but he knew they only take you so far. That's why this kind of knowing comes from experiencing, not figuring things out. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he told his followers, "Some questions don't help. They don't bring peace or clear seeing. They're like spinning in circles, keeping you stuck in your head. Think of a bird in the sky. It flies through the air but doesn't know air as a word. We're the same, living in something real that thoughts can't pin down. Words point the way, but you've got to step past them. That's where the mind comes in. The Buddha called it Habasara Chitta, a bright, clean mind we all have. Bright means clear, like a sunny day with no clouds. He said in the Anguttara Nikaya, "This mind is naturally bright, like a clear sky. But just as clouds cover the sun, worries and thoughts obscure it." One day he sat with Anatta by a river. Water splashed over stones, and Anarutta's thoughts were jumping all over. "Look past that noise," the Buddha said. "Find the clear part that's always there." Anatta kept at it, and started to see it. The knowing that stays when the clutter drops. You can too. When you're alone, watch your thoughts. One comes up. "I need to call someone." then fades. What's there between them? That's the bright mind, waiting quietly. This ties to how we understand things. The Buddha split it into two kinds of wisdom. Lokiya Punya is what you get from books or reasoning. Good to have, but it stops short. Lokuttara Punya comes from seeing straight, not thinking it over. You can read about the sea all day, but you won't know its salty bite until you stand in the waves. He told his disciples, "This teaching's like the ocean. One taste, freedom." It's not about stacking up ideas. It's about dropping them to see what's real. There was a monk who couldn't get it. He chewed on the Buddha's words for weeks, getting nowhere. Then one morning, he sat by a stream, washing his feet. Water ran cool over his skin, and he stopped chasing answers. Right then, it hit him. Not in his head, but in that moment of feeling it all. You can try this yourself. When you eat, just eat. Taste the food, feel the spoon. Don't call it anything. When you walk, just walk, step by step, hearing what's around you, no extra stories. That's bare attention, watching what's there without piling thoughts on it. Keep doing it, and you'll catch a glimpse past words into what's really going on. This isn't some far-off idea. Stand up now. Feel your breath, hear the room. Does it need a name to be real? R3. Living the All. The Buddha's Path of Presence. Life flows without pause. Moments of ease shift into strain, then back again. How do we remain steady through it all? The Buddha's path was never about grasping at abstract theories. He turned away from endless debates about unseen realms, choosing instead to focus on what is immediate, what we can perceive directly. In the Sabha Sutta, he spoke of the all, a term that in Pali, Sabha, refers to everything we can experience. He said, "The all is this: eyes and what they see, ears and what they hear, nose and smells, tongue and tastes, body and touch, mind and thoughts. Nothing more, nothing less. Beyond this, nothing can truly be known. It is a complete turning toward what is here, now." One afternoon, as the wind stirred the dry earth, Malunkyaputta sat before the Buddha, restless with questions. Is the world eternal? Is my soul the same as my body? His voice was edged with unease. The Buddha remained still, his face calm in the shifting air. "These questions lead nowhere," he said. "Stay with what is, the bird above, the ground beneath your feet." This was not avoidance but an invitation to see directly, to step out of the maze of thoughts and touch reality. Try it now. Feel the weight of your hands. Listen to the sound around you. This is the all the Buddha spoke of. Turning toward presence, we begin to see the nature of things more clearly. And in that clarity, three qualities naturally emerge: emptiness, signlessness, and wishlessness. They are not separate ideas, but interwoven ways of seeing. Each one reveals something about the way things truly are. Emptiness, sunyata, is the insight that nothing holds a fixed core. The Dhammapada says, "All conditioned things are empty, of permanence, of standing alone." This is not a denial of life, but an opening to its fluid nature. Look at your shirt. Threads from plants, woven by hands, softened by time. It is not a single thing, but a web of causes and conditions. When we see this, attachment loosens. We realize even the self is not a solid, unchanging entity, but a flow. Body, thoughts, emotions, all shifting moment by moment. Signlessness, Anatta, is the dropping of labels. A flower is not beautiful or small. Those are names we impose on it. When we let go of the habit of tagging everything, we meet life as it is. A door is not closed or wood. It is just what appears in this moment. Even with people, when we stop holding on to fixed ideas, friend, enemy, success, failure, we begin to experience them more freely, without the weight of judgment. Wishlessness, apanihita, is the release of grasping, the end of struggling against what is. It does not mean passivity, but a deep letting go of the mind's urge to push and pull at life. A monk named Channa faced this truth directly. His body was racked with pain, sharp and relentless. The Buddha sat beside him, lamplight flickering on the walls. "Do not call it yours. Do not wrestle with it," he said. Channa turned toward the pain, not as something solid, not as something to resist. He saw it as shifting, without a core, nothing to hold on to. And in that seeing, the struggle softened, even as the pain remained. We can apply this in our own lives. When stress builds, perhaps a deadline looms, notice the tightness in your shoulders. Instead of wishing it away, let it be. That is wishlessness. Or when anger flares, someone cuts you off in traffic. Feel the heat rise, but do not feed it. Let it pass on its own. These insights are not abstract. They meet us wherever we are. They also point to something deeper. The Buddha called it nibbana. He said, "There is an unborn, unmade. Without it, there would be no escape from what is born and made." This is not a place, not a void, but the end of grasping. It is what remains when craving, anger, and confusion fall away. One night, the Buddha sat with a monk nearing death. The monk's breath was shallow, his mind clinging even to the calm that had settled in. "Let go of everything," the Buddha said, "even the calm." The monk released, and stillness held him, unshaken. Nibbana is not something to reach for. It is the freedom that appears when there is no reaching at all. Try it now. Sit. Feel the ground beneath you, firm or soft. It is here. Hear a sound, a hum, a footstep. Do not name it. Let wanting drift off. What remains when grasping ends? Not something new, but the end of suffering itself. Art 4. Awakening within, your potential for enlightenment. The Buddha didn't tell us to escape life or chase some distant light. He showed us how to wake up, right here, right now, to what is already inside us. You don't need to become someone new. The seed of freedom is already there. He called it Tathagata Garbha, or Buddha nature. It's not a soul, not something separate from you. It's the potential to see clearly, alive in everyone. Imagine gold buried under dirt. The dirt is thick, anger, fear, doubt, but it never changes the gold beneath. The Tathagatagarbha Sutra says, all beings carry the seed, steady and pure, even through their struggles. It's never lost, never missing, only hidden. One day, the Buddha met Sunita, a street sweeper covered in dust. People walked past without looking, seeing only his rags. But the Buddha stopped. His gaze met Sunita's, steady and kind. "Come with me," he said. With those simple words, he made Sunita a monk, cutting through the rules of who was worthy. Sunita didn't become someone else. He simply saw what had been inside him all along. That same seed is in you, no matter where you stand. This understanding changes everything. Your mistakes, your past, your fears. They are just dirt, not the gold beneath. The same is true for others. When someone is unkind, it's easy to judge. But they carry the same seed too, hidden under their struggles. We are not separate. We are connected, like roots of the same tree. Because this seed is in everyone, any path can bring it to light. The Buddha said his teaching has one taste. He explained, "The ocean has one taste, salt. My path has one taste, freedom from suffering." Some meditate in silence. Some chant. Some work hard with their hands. The paths look different, but they all lead to the same peace. His disciples prove this. Sariputta was a thinker, always questioning. Sopaka was a fisherman, pulling nets with rough hands. They followed different roads, one through deep thought, one through daily labor. But both found the same truth. Or take Kema, a woman carrying water under the hot sun. One evening, she heard the Buddha's voice near the river. She didn't try to understand every word. She just listened. And something inside her woke up. The truth is simple, however you reach it. Look at someone whose path seems different from yours. Maybe their way looks strange. Maybe they struggle in ways you don't understand. But beneath it all, they are searching for the same freedom. The Buddha didn't hide away after waking up. He walked among people, feeling the same sun, the same wind, the same dust. He was free, not by running away from life, but by moving through it, without clinging. The Diamond Sutra says, "All things are like dreams, bubbles, flashes, here, then gone." Life isn't empty, it just moves, always changing, and holding on too tightly only brings suffering. One day, someone asked the Buddha, "Are you a god? A man?" He smiled and answered, "I am awake." That's the heart of it. Not becoming something else, but simply seeing clearly. You can do this too. It's not about forcing yourself to feel a certain way. It's about noticing, right here, right now, when you're making a choice, helping a friend, or taking time to rest. Don't just ask, "What's best for me?" Ask, "What fits the whole?" Your needs matter, but they are part of something bigger. Stand in a busy street. Hear the voices, the footsteps, the hum of life around you. You are not separate from it. You are moving within it, free to breathe, free to flow. Try this now. Pick up a stone, smooth or rough, heavy or light. Feel it. See that it is here, but not yours to keep. Hear a sound, a voice, a bird, the wind. Let it come, let it go. Make a small choice, drink tea or water, and choose without overthinking. Notice the pull inside you, then let it go. That's the dirt falling away. That's the gold shining through. The chance to wake up is always here. You don't have to search for it. Just see it. Just begin.